Amazon stock split is tomorrow. And will that pump the NASDAQ and the stock market and bring crypto with it, given the high correlation? Also, there's big drama at the SEC. Things are not looking good for Gary Gensler. It's in shambles right now. I got some new details for you. And I want to talk about the Bitcoin mining ban that is happening in New York State and what others are saying about this. Let's break it down. Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is Link2, which makes private equity investments easy. Link2 is democratizing the process of being able to buy equity in different companies, and specifically crypto companies. Usually, if you're a hedge fund or investment firm, you get access to these things, but not for the average investor, right? Now, you do have to be accredited, but they provide the ability to invest in Ripple, Uphold, BitPay, Dapper Labs, Abra, and many more, guys. It's a great platform, and it allows you to double dip just like the big players. I've often talked about it on this channel. They're buying the tokens, but they're also getting a stake in the companies building the infrastructure, making money on both sides. That is a strategy I'm employing. So Link2 is a great platform to be able to do that. So if you'd like to learn more, check out the link in the description. Now, let's look at the market here. Bitcoin seeing some level of green, not much to call home about or write home about here. It's bouncing around near $30,000. And the big thing I want to talk about with regards to the price is what's going to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, Amazon is about to do a stock split. So 20 to 1, it's probably going to be $122, $122. I couldn't say that, per stock. So what can we expect? Could the NASDAQ pump? Could we see a move upwards and, bringing the stock market with it, because it'll be a big kind of hype day, or maybe a great week. And we've seen a high correlation between the stock market and crypto. And Bitcoin has been looking for its bottom. So could we see a move upwards? That is something we want to keep an eye on. It's not guaranteed, but it's certainly a probability, right, guys? We're talking about probabilities here, and it's the matter of how likely is something to happen. So we could see a green week. I'm not talking about Bitcoin's going to go to $100,000 tomorrow, but we're working in stages here. We're building support levels. So Bitcoin surges past 33K, maybe goes to 35, 36, whatever, it builds a support level, it stays there for a couple of weeks, then starts moving up to the 40s, right? It's a process. So that's what I'm looking for, guys. And remember, the market moves with Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin starts moving up, eventually alts are going to follow. And here are some macro level views and different perspectives from Credible Crypto, who I follow very closely. I've interviewed him on the channel. He's looking at the respective Bitcoin price right now. He said, not much to update, lots of chop, but green region being defended. Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend. So we're looking really good here as far as this support level of like between 28 to 29 or 28 to 30,000. So looking good here. And this is what we want to see: build a support level and then work our way up. Also, there is some on-chain data that's very important here. Bitcoin whales are buying. If you look at this chart here from Glassnode, it shows that a number of addresses with a balance of over 10,000 Bitcoin here are on the rise. That is a bullish sign. They're buying when there's blood on the streets, when people are fearful. That is what you want to be doing, right? This is not financial advice. You have to do your own research, but historically, and we've seen it in the stock market, we've seen it in real estate, whatever market, when the masses, the herd is afraid and people are running out of the way and the prices are down, that is when smart money comes in, grabs up, and then just wait for the market cycles to play out. Who goes to bull market? We're hitting euphoria at the top. That's when they sell. That's when usually retail, a lot of the herd and the masses jump in, and that's the wrong time because they get wrecked, right? But this is why it's important to do the research, understand the market cycles, and understand where we're at in the cycle, right, guys? So This is legit data right here. And the data does not lie. It's telling you what is happening. Now, here's another metric that I want to share with you guys, and I'll move my video out the way here. This is the supply last active 1+ years ago rate of change. And this looks very bullish. Now, here's what this guy calls himself the real Plan C had to say. We just left the green zone. I'm not saying that Bitcoin bottom is in, just proving data. I never rely on only one metric, but the last 3 times this happened, the Bitcoin bottom was already in and a massive bullish uptrend did follow. Will macro make this time different? So you can see here that we are coming out, and in the previous times, the price of Bitcoin went bananas after that, right, guys? You look here, 2015, then we went into the 2017 bull run, 2019, the bear market, then we went into the 2020 bull run, and then obviously the 2021 bull run. And here we're bottoming out. We could see the price move up. Now, once again, this is not going to mean a slingshot next month to $100,000. Obviously not, right? But the idea is that we are working upwards slowly and steadily, and then we catch that bullish momentum again and euphoria, and then all the media hype and so forth, and then the price goes to a blow off top. So this data, once again, does not lie. But as he said, though, we can't just rely on one metric, because one of the things he mentions is the macro. This is a very different environment with, we're coming out slowly of this pandemic situation. They printed records amount of money. The Fed has reversed and they're raising rates. You have the Russia-Ukraine situation, record-breaking inflation. It's just a different environment, guys. So we don't, this is not guaranteed, but it's a good sign if you're lining up all your dominoes here and you're saying, what am I seeing here, right? What story is being told here? And we're seeing a bit of a bottoming out and what looks to be like a move upward coming. Now, whether that's the 2 scenarios, well, I know I've mentioned 3, but 2 bullish scenarios, and that is Bitcoin's retracement to 55K, or Bitcoin still in a macro bull trend, bull run, I should say, and it goes to new all-time highs. We'll see what happens. Either way, I will be happy, because I want higher prices and I want to make money, take profits, and I want to see altcoins do well also. So we'll see what happens tomorrow with this Amazon stock split, guys, and how things go. Now, I did tweet out a poll asking many of you, do you guys think we're going to see a spark a price run up? And a majority said no. 61.5% said no. 38.5% said yes. This is about near 500 votes on Twitter, but take it for what it is, right, guys? All right. Jake Traversky of the Blockchain Association tweeted out some items here talking about the SEC today. Things are not going well at the SEC right now. High-ranking officials are quitting left and right. The union is fighting with leadership over anti-employee pay issues, and they're about to be embroiled in massive litigation. See below. All of that without even mentioning crypto. Now, JW Verrett, who I've interviewed on the channel, he kind of went through this, and the SEC is having a lot of problems. It's in shambles. No surprise, because Goldman Gary Gensler is running it, and we know his motives, guys, and we've talked about it ad nauseum. He's going for the treasury job. He's trying to protect the incumbents, his banking buddies, right? JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, because they're getting disrupted by crypto, whether it be the technology of moving money, which takes power away from them, or investment capitals moving away from their hands into crypto hedge funds, crypto companies, and so forth. They don't like that, guys. These people, look, they do a lot of campaign donations. There's been statements made that Goldman Sachs runs the world, right? And we've seen the revolving door of these folks going to work for government and government officials going to work for them, and they pay politicians millions of dollars for bullshit speeches, right? These things have been publicly made available, but you just look at them collectively and you just see the full picture of what's happening. But, it's expected that they're getting disrupted and they're going to fight, and we got to fight as well. The great thing here, though, is Gary Gensler is getting exposed. He's getting pressure from people in the industry. legally wise, or legally wise, folks on the legal side. He's getting pressure from members of Congress, retail investors, obviously different advocacy groups for crypto and so forth. But he has a whole bunch of other problems going on, and people are leaving. Recently it was one of the heads of the crypto enforcement gone. So that, guys, shows you we are on the right side of history. Gary Gensler and the SEC are in shambles right now. And, I will be interviewing Commissioner Hester Peirce. I don't include her in that because she understands crypto. She understands the need for proper, clear regulations. And hopefully I get to interview her soon, but it most likely will happen in the summer. So stay tuned for that. Now, some news out of New York, guys. New York passes bill restricting carbon fuel crypto mining operations. The proof of work moratorium may impact one upstate mine's future growth. Now, this has been passed, but it has to go to the governor, who has to sign it into law or veto the measure. Now, here's the thing with New York. New York's always been very difficult. We know about the stupid bit license. I wish they would get rid of this dumb bit license. There's so many companies waiting to operate in New York, but this wall of a bit license is set up, and it's most likely because of the Wall Streeters, right? They put up, this red tape you can't get past, and who knows what you have to do to get past that, maybe pay a lot of money and so forth. So it really sucks. And now they're about to do another stupid wall here, right? Of, oh, well, you can't mine Bitcoin or whatever it is. And they're only going to be hurting themselves, because we see mining companies setting up everywhere across the country: North Dakota, Wyoming, and some in Florida, Georgia, Texas, of course. So they're only going to be hurting themselves when it comes to jobs. And any, crypto companies may hesitate to go there because they never know what's going to be passed next. So hopefully the government does not sign this into law. I think this is a bad move on their part. And to kind of, pseudo ban Bitcoin mining here, but we'll see what happens, guys. Eventually I do believe, because we've seen it time and time again, even if this is passed, they're going to have to reverse it because it will hurt them economically from a local perspective. Now, Vitalik Buterin, founder of Ethereum, weighed in on this. He said, ultimately, I agree with this. That is, I oppose banning proof of work. The government picking and choosing which specific applications are an okay use of electricity or not is a bad idea. Better to just implement carbon pricing and use some of the revenues to compensate low-income users. Now, I know some of my XRP guys here are going to say, well, that's funny coming from Vitalik, right? Now, here's the thing. I've talked about it before. The whole Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass speech and so forth, that's not on Vitalik or the people at Ethereum. It's on the SEC because they were open for bribery and the ability to do conflicts of interest and say, hey, yeah, pay us some money, yada, yada, and we'll do whatever you want, which is sad, right? That's supposed to be an institution of integrity. So there was no door open, no project, Ethereum or whoever else wouldn't be able to do this. But it is funny that, he's talking about picking winners and losers when the SEC has done that. And obviously they have picked Ethereum as a winner, obviously Bitcoin, but Bitcoin's kind of different, right? We don't know who the founder is. It's decentralized. Anybody can tap into the network and mine. But, it's different for Ethereum, XRP, and other altcoins, which is okay because you need the people working on this to obviously be leading in a certain fashion. Of course, the supply and the network needs to be decentralized to make sure there's some democracy there. But, it's just funny to see Vitalik tweet this out, but I certainly agree with him. Now, major NFT hack here, guys. This is not good. So the BAYC Discord compromise, NFTs totaling 200 ETH stolen. The Discord account belonging to the BAYC community manager Boris Wagner was compromised on Saturday, paving the way for the theft. So this is the Bored Ape Yacht Club. I know I can't say that. This is bad. But it shows, guys, I know some people are going to panic about this, but this shows how early we are. These silly things are happening. Eventually this won't be an issue. They're going to fix it, right? Whether it be Ethereum or another blockchain or whatever it may be. And look, I remember in the 90s with the internet, and I remember even myself doing certain things, exploiting certain things, technologies back then. I'll just leave it at that. But it was, the process of that happening obviously helps the technology and the people building and setting up the guardrails to become much better and stronger, right? In the early days of the internet, where there credit card hacks and all kinds of stuff and people's orders and things getting compromised, yes, big time. And I remember seeing some of this on, IRC chat rooms, AOL chat rooms, and things like that. It's pretty crazy when you think about it. Now that is unheard of. You can buy stuff online. You don't have to worry because the technology got better. So I think the same thing's going to happen here, but certainly not good. And, for the record, I don't own any NFTs and I haven't paid, like 100 ETH for some, Ape NFT. If you did, best of luck to you, good for you, but I haven't. So I'm still reading up, researching, looking for what's the best angle for me to enter the NFT space, whether that be maybe an equity investment, maybe via Link2 or something else, or owning specific NFTs, but something that I feel has longevity, right? It's not just maybe a passing thing. Like I personally believe, and I could be wrong, that, for example, Bored Ape Yacht Club, my goodness, eventually there's going to be kind of a dying down of the trend around this. Not that it's going to die, but rather, the momentum's not going to be there. Eventually, I don't want to say fad, but the interest is going to be less. And that may be the case with a lot of NFTs. So we'll see, we'll see what happens. I could be wrong, but I'm just, looking at what is the lasting potential here. And what could the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs be used for something else where, it keeps the relevancy, that maybe they're adopted in some way that you can use them as a pass, a VIP pass, something, anything along those lines. That's what I would look at, but just my thoughts. I don't want to keep rambling on about that. Now, here's some good news for Binance US. And it seems like Binance.com and Binance US have gotten things cleared up with the regulators. Before, they were getting hunted and things were a mess. And it looks like they're getting their approvals globally, and obviously Binance US here across the United States. So Binance US sets end of year deadline for nationwide availability. Binance.us is now available in Idaho, making the exchange accessible in 46 states. So that's good news, right? These exchanges, these companies are getting their licenses, and obviously they have to go through the regulatory approval to get that, and regulatory scrutiny, of course. So that's a great sign, guys. And it just shows, regardless of the price, these companies are moving ahead. They're setting their plans. They're expanding. They're raising capital. There's mergers and acquisitions happening, and much more. Finally, India's CoinSwitch exchange rolls out rupee-based altcoin index. A16Z, Andreessen Horowitz there, my friends, backed Indian crypto exchange launches the first rupee-based crypto benchmark index, which lists 8 of the top assets by market cap. Another example of the building continuing despite the price action, despite the fear. These guys are building, they're raising the capital. Andreessen Horowitz, obviously, they just raised like $4.5 billion. They don't care about the price right now. I mean, they were so early in the internet, building Netscape and much more. They were early in the tech boom. Now they're early in the crypto boom, and they're raising their capital. They've already made a ton of money off of Coinbase, right? They were invested. They went through the IPO. So smart people. And these are the guys you got to watch and see the moves they're making. Forget about what people are saying. What are they doing? It's not what they say, it's what they do. So expansion happening globally, guys. And we're still early. We are still early. We're just seeing that on many levels, and we haven't hit full mass adoption yet. When that happens, my goodness, you're going to see prices like we've never seen before. But you got to be patient. You got to be able to go through the market cycles. That's how smart money beats out retail. Well, they have historically. They understand markets move in cycles. They don't invest with emotions, and they know patience is important. It's all cycles. You're down right now. Be patient. Go through, unless you have an emergency, you need the money. Obviously, just let it sit and go enjoy your life. Obviously, you keep an eye on the charts. You keep an eye on the news. Like, this is why I set up this channel, so we can talk about these things. This is why I have interviews I bring for you guys. So be patient, and we'll see what Bitcoin does this week, and the alts as well. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.